Hello, this is Clipbank Newsbites. Coming up this week, Octopus Prime. Scientists create a robot that mimics a real tentacle. And Sun on Sunday to go to press. Tabloid to launch new edition. Scientists in Italy have created this soft-bodied robotic octopus arm. The waterproof tentacle has been made as a model for underwater rescue robots of the future. The artificial version of an octopus's tentacle behaves just like a real octopus. It can wrap itself around an object with an almost natural movement, thanks to its inner and outer structure. The waterproof arm is made from silicone and soft rubber wrapped around an elastic nickel titanium mesh.
We designed purposely this special braid which provides this flexibility, but also the possibility to elongate the arm and shorten it like in the animal. So it allows all these deformations that we want, but still keeps the conical shape of the arm.
It also has pressure sensors on its outer layer under artificial suckers, so the robot knows what it's touching. The design is part of a revolution in robotics which looks to nature for solutions. Robotics takes its inspiration from animals and their instinctive behaviour. Up to now, robots have either looked similar to machines or humans. But new animal-like robots like this have started to become popular. And this robotic tentacle marks a huge step forward for bio-inspired robots. Previous designs have been unable to grasp and manipulate objects, but this technology opens up many possibilities. British surgeons hope they'll be able to use it in operations in the future.
We discovered that the octopus technologies can be used for developing soft endoscopes. So endoscopes that go inside the human body, so they need to be soft, but they also need to become rigid, stiff when they have to do the operations inside the human body.
The Octopus project team now plan to add 7 more arms and a control system that can coordinate them all. They hope to build an automaton that could help people do difficult jobs underwater, for example, shutting off leaking oil valves or helping save people trapped underwater. The £13 million project should be completed at the end of the year. The Sun on Sunday newspaper is to be launched this weekend. It will replace the now defunct News of the World, which was shut down last year because of the phone hacking scandal. The announcement was made by media mogul Rupert Murdoch. Mr. Murdoch told staff the news at the Sun's headquarters in London last week. Some employees thought he was visiting the offices to tell them he was going to sell the newspaper. He's been under pressure from News Corporation shareholders in America to shut down the tabloid. A number of Sun journalists have been arrested on corruption charges. They're accused of paying police and civil service officials tens of thousands of pounds for scoops. Instead, Mr. Murdoch announced that he would be staying in the UK to personally oversee the launch of the new Sunday edition of The Sun. Many people are angry over the timing. The newspaper is set to be launched amidst the ongoing Leveson inquiry into press ethics, instigated by the admission of phone hacking at the News of the World.
I think the launch of this so-called Sun on Sunday is ludicrously premature. It's before the police investigations have finished and it's before the Leveson inquiry has finished. Only last week, News International were saying that they were draining the swamp at the organisation. Their words, not mine. I don't believe that some new creature can come out of that swamp that people still want to see on the streets.
Industry commentators are divided. Some think it shows he's out of touch, while others think it's a shrewd move.
Sun is nowhere near the same kind of toxic asset as the News of the World was yet, and there is a good deal of long-term commitment, not least from Rupert Murdoch himself, to that newspaper. So the last thing in his mind, I imagine, at this point, would be closing it. However, the corporate view would be that the whole lot probably is more trouble than it's worth.
Even though Murdoch's UK newspaper business is small in comparison to his other media assets, it's personally important to him. He bought The Sun in 1968, and it's through that paper's profits that he was able to build his multimedia news corporation empire. Now, new on Clipbank this week, 20 clips across business, D&T, CP, SHE and English, including the poems Belfast Confetti and Exposure. That's it from me. Beverly will be here next week with Newsbites in Spanish. Goodbye.